that's Utopia. How lovely to see you all again. Oh my goodness, there's 44 of you out there now. 44! I am in lovely numbers. I'm loving the growth of my channel. Thank you so much. It makes me so happy. It really, really does. So how has your week been? Well, mine's been busy as always, because anybody who has depression and mental health issues knows that you have to keep busy. You have to keep your mind going. Keep things happening. Keep things chugging along at an even keel. Don't upset the apple cart. If things are working out for you, you have to keep them going that way. And it's hard to do that because today is a red letter day for me. And a red letter day is a day that stands out, isn't it? It's a day that is different from all the rest, and not usually in a good way. Because today it's 15 years since my mum passed, and that's my mum up there. And, you know, as I've said last time, I've never really gotten over the loss of my mum because we were extremely close, because she had mental health issues, as I do, and as my youngest daughter does, and people couldn't deal with her because mum could be hot or cold because she had bipolar. But I didn't put any of those limitations on mum. I took her how she was, and if she was fantastic, well, that was great. This was a good week. Mum's good. And then when I got photos of my baby son cut up back in the post, yeah, that wasn't so good. That wasn't so good, especially as it came on his first birthday. But like I said, mental health, you do stupid things and you don't know why you do them, and you do them. And it's really, really challenging, isn't it? To look at this person who you love so much and think, how can you hurt me so much? But it didn't matter because I just gave it all away and I just accepted her as she was, which she was very broke. Just love her to bits now, and I always will, unconditionally and forever. I mean, you only ever get one mum, don't you? Rain, hail or shine, there's only ever one mum. And yes, you've got to love the one that you've got. Some of us get the ones that are broken, and some of us get the ones that are fantastic and supportive and all of that. But unfortunately, it was just trying to survive on her own and trying to survive with 3 little children. And it was hard. It was really hard. So anyway, today it's 15 years since she passed, and usually we go up to Boort, which was where Mum lived, and we go up to her grave. But this year I haven't gone up yet, but we will go up. But because of COVID, we haven't been up for 2 years. But my darling Simone, she went up there in January, middle of January, and put flowers on the grave and everything, and made the grave look nice and tidy. And she went with her husband, Zach. And so, you know, that was really nice that they went, and Tash and Mickey went as well. And somebody else seen Mum, you know, I thought that was really kind of her. So anyway, so that's the day for me today, and I have to try and stop thinking back to when I had the police on the door and, you know, telling me Mum had died, and I just couldn't believe that she had died, because, you know, mums don't die, do they? Especially so young, they just don't die. And we'd seen her 2 weeks before, and she was really good. So anyway, today it's a bit playing on my mind, but I wanted to talk about something else actually, and I wondered if it affected any of you guys out there. As I said, I've had years of mental health and seeing psychiatrists, psychologists, you know, the works. And I've always had songs in my head, and I love music. I mean, who doesn't love music? It's so uplifting and it's just wonderful. I love music. I play the piano, I play the guitar. I'm not very good, but I do have a go at it. And anyway, I have songs in my head all the time. They never leave me, and they haven't left me. The first time I remember was when I was very small and in the back of the car, and I can remember that Humpty Dumpty going round and round in my head, so I must have been tiny. But I've always had them. They're always a constant companion. But they can also be exhausting because you can't get rid of them. And that's what I've been trying to do with the meditating. I'm trying to get rid of the songs always in my head because it's always just a chorus. And my psychiatrist has told me that it was a comforting thing for me. I found music comforting, and it was my way of comforting myself when I was little, and it's worked for me my entire life, because when things get overwhelming, I'll turn the music on and I will disappear into that world of music. And I still do that now. You know, we'll be watching television of a night and Bert will be watching something, but I'll have the earplugs in and I'll be listening to music because my head won't shut up. Do any of you have that? It can be exhausting, can't it, darlings? Yes, so anyway, I wondered, could you leave me a comment if you have songs continually in your head? I absolutely love Ed Sheeran. I mean, what's not to love about this boy? He's just amazing in every aspect. This week's been very good because I went to the mushroom farm with Anna Marie. We went to the mushroom farm and we bought some vegetables and some fruit, and it was so fresh. It is so worth the trip out because it doesn't take that long to get out there. It's only, you know, for me it's 2.5 kilometres down the road, so it's not far at all. Yes, so we went out there and that was really nice. And then we went up and we had a shop around the shops at the I Love You shop, and we bought some things. I bought some treats for the girls and she bought some treats for her dear husband Todd. So yeah, it was really nice. Always nice to be in touch with somebody who's on the same wavelength as yourself. So really nice, really nice. And my brother-in-law has made it. He's just going to get to the W-Australian border today sometime. He's hoping to be there tonight. And actually I think it'll be earlier in the day. He's making marvellous timing. So he's off to see his son and his daughter-in-law and their 2 little girls. So he's off to there. So that's wonderful, and of course we're talking with him as well, so that keeps me quite happy and in the moment. But you have to stay happy, don't you? You have to pull yourself out of things and think, well, yes, this is my life. Live it the way you want. For me, it's tiaras and fantasy world and wandering off with the fairies, which I've always done since I was a little girl. Anyone can attest to that. So, you know, that's what I do. If I can't cope with things, I just disappear into my own world. And that's one of the things I love about here, because Bert has put this magnificent high fence up, and now it literally is, you come through a high gate and you're into our world. And our world is very secluded, very whimsical, and lots of plants, because I love plants. What's to not love about plants? So how have you kept happy this week? Have you found it challenging with your depression? Have you found it hard to get rid of that mindset that you can get when you're depressed, where you don't want to get out of bed and you don't want to move and you just want to stay and lay in bed or sit in the chair and just have another cup of coffee and flick another TikTok, YouTube or something, whatever you want to do? Have you found it that way? Please leave me a comment and let me know. And thank you for all my lovely subscribers for subscribing. It makes me so happy. You've got no idea. I drive poor Bert crazy. I've got 43 today. My sister's just subscribed in America. I've got 44 today. Somebody else has subscribed. Oh my stars, who could it be? So yes, so please like, share, subscribe, and I hope that I can just give you a little insight into my world in country Ballarat, Victoria, Australia, where it's very gloomy today when I look out the window. But I've got my tiara on, and like I always say, darlings, keep your tiara straight and keep smiling and stay happy. Bert has been very busy helping the boys again, and the big kitchen's going in, so that's exciting. So I'll post some photos of all of that on the end of this, so you can see what he's been up to. Hello, darlings, welcome back. We have got something special here. Bert has come home from work, and he's here now, and we're just going to add a little bit of this to what I filmed earlier. So what happened, darling?
Oh, well, got to the job. The cabinet makers were there. A team of 6, installing a $100,000 kitchen, doors everywhere. So there was no room for me, so I came home.
See, that sounds like a good thing, doesn't it? So good.
But I should have stayed at work.
Yes, he probably should have, but like he said, he can't have leads and that running around with them and getting in their way, because, I mean, they're installing a... Anyway, darlings, just thought you'd like to see Bert. Do you have any more words of wisdom, my darling?
No.
He's a man of lots
If in
of
doubt,
words.
come home.
He's a man of lots of words, isn't he? Anyway, thank you, darlings. I'll put some photos on the end of this so you can see what else has happened this week. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.